Back at it again, and we've got to talk about this new border deal. I put that in air quotes because it's not a deal at all, not even in the slightest bit. And yeah, it's absolutely shameful what they try to present to us, or what they're trying to present to us as a bipartisan. You know, that's one of the things that I've learned is one of their tricks. Right? The uniparty. They try to, it's a bipartisan deal, you know, trying to make it sound as if, oh, look, guys, everybody agrees, but only the MAGA are throwing it away. You know, like, come on, stop it with the BS. Stop it with the BS. But we've got to talk about this a little bit here because, yeah, it's absolutely shameful. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new. And first, we are going to hop into this clip with Senator Lankford out of Oklahoma. Hey, Oklahoma, what y'all doing, man? What y'all okay? Pun intended. Okay. But seriously, are y'all all right? Senator Lankford? I'm just asking. You know, I got some questions about the guy. I got a lot of questions. Senator Lankford was one of the individuals who was heavily involved in putting this bill together. So I want to play this clip of Senator Lankford speaking, and y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Let's dive in.
So joining us now for his first interview since the text was released last night, GOP Senator James Lankford. Senator, thanks so much for joining us. I'm going to go to the part that you wanted to define the most misunderstood, the 5,000. What is it exactly?
Yeah, it's really ridiculous when we go on the backside of December.
Listen to him lie about this right to our faces.
What just happened when we had 10 and 12,000 people a day coming across, and this authority is a 5,000 authority to say if you get to 5,000, which we've been there every single day except for 7 in the last 4 months, that it completely closes the border down. It deports everyone. It changes the paradigm from right now. What the Biden administration is doing is catching and releasing everyone to actually catching and deporting everyone. It literally flips the script on it. I have people saying, well, I don't want to do that at 5,000. I want to do that at 3,000. Say, well, fine, we can do 3,000. But right now, every day we're at 5,000. It doesn't matter between the two. We've got to be able to have something that mandatorily deports everyone rather than actually releases everyone. That's what this does. Some people are thinking that this is somehow like counting 5,000 people in every day and releasing them. That's absurd. We changed the asylum laws. We increased detention beds. We doubled the deportation flights. We add ankle monitors for people that are actually coming through, that do these family groups that come through, so we can track any individual that when we don't have capacity. Right. There's all the things that we build into this to make this a
sounds like a lot of money being spent.
Much stronger system. Gaps that are in the law get closed in this structure.
So you're saying even people who have come through and they actually fit the demand and can get in, that counts, including people that get rejected, that counts. So when you hit that 5,000 number, everything shuts down. Almost like the stock market, when there's too much trading, they'll shut it down to the next day. And you're saying if this was in place now, the border would be shut down.
That's correct. The border would be shut down. Not only did the border be shut down today, it had been shut down every single day the last 4 months, and we'd have been turning people around. Instead, actually, people have been released into the country. If this would have been in place 4 months ago, we'd have had 1 million fewer illegal immigrants into our country right now.
That's a load of crap. Because Biden doesn't need Congress to act in order to shut down the border. See, and I love this is the thing that I've learned about politics, man. They will get up here and make it sound good and sweet, right? To the person who doesn't know, right? And there's still more about this bill that I have yet to read and see. But for the person that didn't know, like, that might have sounded like, okay, you know, 5,000, yeah, then we turn them around, yeah, shut down the border. Cool. Yeah, until you actually add that all up and you realize how many 5,000 people actually adds up to, right? Not only that, but when you read the fine print in the bill, you actually discover that Joe Biden has the ability to override that. You know, when you actually really start looking into it, you're like, not so great, you know? And this is coming from a senator. You know, I I hate to do stuff like this, right? I really do. I really do hate to do stuff like this, but it's a genuine question when you see stuff like this, when you hear someone like Senator Langford get up there and try to make this terrible bill sound peachy. It makes you question what is going on behind the scenes with this gentleman here. Yeah. I wonder what Democrats have on Senator Langford. Read that. I don't even want to read it myself, you know. It just makes you wonder. I'm not accusing him of anything, but it makes you wonder what is actually going on here. You know? Another thing that you always take note of is when Democrats come out and are extremely excited about something, right? It gives you a cause to pause at minimum. Or when they try to make it all doom and gloom if said thing doesn't happen or said thing does happen, right? You take note of that. And I took note of when Chuck Schumer went on MSNBC and said this about this border deal. Check it out.
You've said that you worked very closely with Leader McConnell on this bill. Now that we see what's in it, seems to be as bipartisan as it gets. Why wouldn't both sides really want this to go through?
Well, it's a great question, Mika. Look, it took a long time, 4 months of arduous negotiations. They fell off the tracks a whole bunch of times. I had to be on the phone even at midnight saying we've got to keep going. Why? We're at a turning point in America. This bill is crucial, and history will look back on it and say, did America fail itself? Why is it crucial? Well, if we don't aid Ukraine, Putin will walk all over Ukraine. We will lose the war, and we could be fighting in Eastern Europe in a NATO ally in a few years. Americans won't like that. If we don't help Israel defend itself against Hamas, that perpetual war will go on and on and on. If we don't help humanitarian aid to the starving Palestinians in Gaza, hundreds of thousands could starve. And the border, everyone has said it's chaos. You just saw Speaker Johnson. He said it's chaos. We have to do something legislative a few months ago. But what has happened, in answer to your question, so this is crucial for America. It's a turning point. History is going to look over our shoulders and say, did we rise to the occasion? To his credit, Mitch McConnell did. But too many Republicans, including Speaker Johnson, are just scared to death of Donald Trump. Donald Trump has said he wants chaos. Donald Trump has said...
Yep, blame Trump. Blame Trump. But last time I checked, when Trump was in office, the border was secure. We didn't have all of this chaos going on, but we're going to blame Trump. Nice try. Nice try, Mitch. Kick rocks.
Well, wait till I become president. That'll take at least a year. Ukraine could be gone. The border will get much worse. War in the Middle East will get worse, maybe bringing us into it. He's doing it all for political reasons. And let me just say, will senators, the crucial question, the $64,000 question, the majority of Republican senators know this bill is the right thing to do. It's a compromise. I don't like everything in it. Neither does McConnell. But it's a compromise. That's the only way you get things important done in the Senate. We proved that 2 years ago in our bipartisan legislation. And will the senators drown out the political noise from Trump and his minions and do the right thing for America? It's a crucial question. History is looking down on every one of us right now.
Yeah, but not the way that you claim it will be looking down on us. History will be looking back, and history will not look at us favorably if this bill passes. That is a fact, okay? This bill, basically, the way that I read it, legalizes illegal immigration. As far as I read it, you know, it legalizes what's already happening. Oh, 5,000. Well, that's 155,000 people. 155. Let me say that again. 155,000 people. The last number that I saw that came out of last month, I believe it was last month, January, the number of crossings was 178,000. So we dropped that number by what? 22,000, 23,000? And that's supposed to be, oh, look, guys, we stopped it 23,000 short every month of what the record that we broke in January. Look, that's a deal. No. Like, huh? It's like, man, goodness gracious. And you know, the other thing that I find disgusting that these politicians do is what you heard Chuck Schumer do right there. Donald Trump has nothing to do with this bill. Sure, Donald Trump can make his statements just like the rest of us. Just like the rest of us. It's called freedom of speech. Of course he can say something. That doesn't require anybody to listen. Now, it'd probably be in their best interest to listen, right? Because they're going to expose themselves when they don't. Because a lot of the Republican base, the Republican voters agree with Donald Trump, including myself, right? So when we see you agreeing with the Uniparty, you got to go, including Senator Langford. Hey, Oklahoma, what y'all doing? What y'all got going on? let me know something. What's happening? Is he running like some incredible ads or something? Like, did he run alone? Did he run against like nobody else? Nobody else wanted to run against this guy? Y'all let me know. Let me know. What happened? What happened? Or was he a snake oil salesman that he pulled the rug from underneath you? Let me know. I'm just asking. Okay. But Mike Johnson said it perfectly himself here. Check it out.
The President of the United States opened the border. We documented 64 specific actions that Joe Biden and his agencies have taken to create this catastrophe. They did it intentionally. That's why his approval rating is in the tank. 60% of the people disapprove by your latest poll. The reason the presidency is imperiled, as your opening monologue stated, is because this is an abject failure of leadership. The American people are done with this. The border has to be secured. The president has the authority right now. He doesn't need another act of Congress. He could do it right now, but he's unwilling to.
Facts. This is to help Joe Biden, or to give Joe Biden some type of excuse as to why things are as bad as what they are. Because Joe Biden, I mean, this guy's got problems across the board. I mean, you name the issue and it is because of Joe Biden. You name it. And this is just one way to get one thing off of his plate. Oh, the border issue, everybody hates me because of that. All right, well, we need a bill passed. We need a bill passed. I can't do anything without a bill passed. Well, we're going to present a bill that is likely to be denied by Republicans, and so we're going to blame the Republicans for this shenanigans going on, when in reality, he could have fixed it himself. He could have already fixed it. He doesn't need an act of Congress. You just heard a sitting congressman himself, right? The Speaker of the House say it right there. He doesn't need Congress. He doesn't need another bill. He can get it done himself. And you know, what's even crazier is Bill Maher said the exact same thing. Now, I can't show you the actual clip due to copyright, but I can play the audio for you. So here's the audio.
Part two of the acting. Yeah. Is Joe Biden saying, you know what, if you just give me a new law, why doesn't the president can fix this? He already has the existing laws.
And Border Patrol will tell you that right to your face.
I need a piece of paper from Congress to deal with the border. No, you already have that.
That's right. That's right.
That's Bill Maher, right? And you guys, we've checked out Bill Maher before, you know, like sometimes it's like, oh, you actually. And then it's just like, come on, man, did you really just say that? Like, are you kidding me? You know? So, right out of his mouth. I also find a problem when you have people. Check out what Nikki Haley had to say about this. Nikki Haley just revealed that she supports the border compromise bill. This woman is not running to be the GOP nominee. What is going on? You know, I'll tell you what's going on, Joey. She's not a real Republican. We can see that. She's being propped up. In reality, it should have been Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis, right? Now, Ron DeSantis would have gotten squashed, okay? Like, he would have dropped out at this point as well. But she's being propped up artificially by the left, in my humble opinion. Now, this is what Donald Trump had to say about the bill. We're going to read it here. Only a fool or a radical left Democrat would vote for this horrendous border bill. Excuse me, pardon me. Which only gives shutdown authority after 5,000 encounters a day, when we already have the right to close the border now, which must be done. This bill is a great gift to the Democrats and a death wish for the Republican Party. It takes the horrible job the Democrats have done on immigration and the border, absolves them, and puts it squarely on the shoulders of Republicans. Don't be stupid! Exclamation mark. We need a separate border and immigration bill. It should not be tied to foreign aid in any way, shape, or form. And I agree with that. The Democrats broke immigration and the border. They should fix it. Make America great again. And I agree. There should be separate bills, not just one packaged into one. You know what I mean? Oh, well, in order to get this, no. One bill for the border, one bill for any aid, right? One bill for whatever else, you know? But they do this stuff intentionally. We know that. And they hold it to wait to release it, right? So people have zero time to actually read through the darn thing. But there's also pieces of this that now, I will admit, I cannot confirm that this is actually in the bill. I have not looked at the bill, like the entirety of the bill myself. I've just seen little bits and pieces here and there. I haven't like sat down with the entire thing and, you know, read through it myself. So I just wanted to acknowledge that before somebody hits me with it. Misinformation. But allegedly, this is text from the bill, and you guys got to read this. Check this out. Okay, so this is the post from End Wokeness. Holy S word. This might be the most insane part. This bill grants the far left DC District Court exclusive authority over future immigration disputes. Notwithstanding any other provision of this act, judicial review of any decision or action in this section shall be governed only by the United States District Court for the District of Columbia, which is DC, which shall have sole and original jurisdiction to hear challenges, whether constitutional or otherwise, to the validity of this section. Any written policy directive, written policy guideline, written procedure, or the implementation thereof issued by or under the authority of the Secretary to implement this section. Yeah. Sneaky little mustards. I'll say mustard. Okay? We gonna keep it a little PG here. We're gonna keep it a little PG here. Okay? Now, if you guys remember, I can't say his name. The president of where is he the president of? He just won an election too. He won re-election by like 90%. Like it was insane. But anyway, he's considered like the Donald Trump of where he came from. I'm drawing a blank. I'm having a Joe Biden moment. Goodness gracious. But he's considered the Donald Trump, right? From where he's from. I think he perfectly laid out what is happening here with stuff like this bill. America can't be destroyed from any forces outside of America. If you're going to tear down this great experiment that we all call America, the USA, the United States, it has to be destroyed from within. Check it out.
Yeah, it's the only rational explanation. And that's why I tweeted one time that the USA is too powerful to be destroyed from the outside. Actually, geographically, nobody can invade the U.S., the United States. Nobody. I mean, even if huge armies will collude and want to attack the U.S., it's impossible. I mean, you have to cross all the ocean, all the Pacific Ocean and all the Atlantic Ocean just to get to the shore. I mean, it's impossible, right? And the U.S. has military bases, so it's impossible. So the only way the U.S. can fail, and this is not my my analysis. This was made by presidents before, by U.S. presidents before. The demise of the U.S. has to come from within. Right? The enemies have to be inside, not really outside. No external enemy can cause so much damage as internal. It's an internal operation. When you're watching internal operations here, you can see them in cities that were pristinely beautiful 30 years ago are wastelands right now. You would see people, I mean, I'm from El Salvador, a third world country in Central America, and myself, I can see cities here and say, I want to live here. So that would be unthinkable 3 decades ago. Totally unthinkable. That a Salvadoran wouldn't want to live in a U.S. city, in a U.S. main city. I mean, Los Angeles, San
New York,
Francisco,
Chicago, yeah.
Well, Philadelphia, Baltimore. When you look how the cities are eroding so fast.
Yeah. A guy from El Salvador is where he's the president. He said that there's some big U.S. cities that I wouldn't even want to live in. I think that says a lot. That says a whole lot. And, shout out to Tim Pool. Want to give credit where credit is due. But he said something that that I think reigns true. And he said, and I mentioned this to you guys before, but he said, it almost feels as if Democrats are unhappy tenants that are being kicked out of their rental and are destroying the rental on the way out. We've all heard about instances of people who were renting a home from, a landlord, and the landlord was kicking them out, right? Or not renewing their lease or whatever. And they got angry and destroyed it. That's what it feels like Democrats are doing. You even heard Chuck Schumer say, even when he was trying to blame Trump, he said, well, it's going to take a year for Trump to get in office, which is true. You don't take office until the following year. Even when he wins in 24, he won't actually be in office until 2025, January 2025. So, yeah, it almost feels as if they're unhappy renters that are being kicked out, and so they're burning the place down on their way out and telling Trump, good luck. You can have it. We don't have a choice anymore. We get that. But you're going to have to build this from literally the ashes that we left. Good luck. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out. Actually, wait a second. I do want to give credit to these senators that stood up against Mitch McConnell. Check out these senators. Here we go. Marco Rubio, Mike Lee, Steve Daines, Rick Scott, Eric Schmidt, Rand Paul, J.D. Vance, Josh Hawley, Ron Johnson, Marsha Blackburn, Ted Cruz, and Tommy Tuberville. I want to give credit to those guys and gals for standing up against Mitch McConnell in this terrible border bill. Peace and love.